Welcome to the Track Your Life podcast. My name is Boyd Varty, and this show is an invitation to journey with me back to the wild on the path of the story hunter. In part 3 of Story Hunter, we go back to the wildest parts of the Kalahari to run once again with the Bushmen people. This show is a journey for a story hunter and an invitation to follow the call of the wild. Episode 5, The Hunt. We're in the realms of the archetypal out here in the desert. The night before the hunt, the men gather around the fire. The energy is somewhat disparate and chaotic, as often happens when diverse people gather in a remote place. Everyone is coming in with something. A comet burns low across the western desert sky, and barking geckos call in the evening light. A truly African scene plays out. There have been multiple breakdowns in communication on the bush telegraph about why we have gathered. Alex, knowing African is bones, calls all the men around the fire. He stands and slowly begins to explain who and what Tracker Academy is and why we are here. We were asked by the students who came to Tracker Academy to come here and work with the local people to revive these old skills. But I want everyone to know that we respect you. No one has to participate in this. If you want our help to foster these skills, we are here with open arms and open hearts. If you don't want our help, we respect that, and we will go home. No one needs to hunt or track. We will be guided by you. I notice that his words are secondary to a deep, slow quality of presence he is holding. Alex has an understanding of what I call the first language. He knows that the men around the fire are reading his energy first and his words second. This is common with people who are more closely connected with the earth and the animals. He's creating a feeling between all of us around the fire, and that feeling is how African people relate, the feeling of energetic connection. I feel a stillness descend around us, and the energy becomes almost thick. As soon as Alex finishes, the Bushmen stand and thank him. "We're glad you're here. We want to share our ways with you," says Storks. The energy is set. Alex has transmitted his intention, and it has been received. At dawn we wake and we go out looking for tracks. It's a fruitless task, nothing. At midday we return to camp, and the temperature builds to 36 degrees before we head out again at midday. When we leave camp, I notice that the energy has had a tangible shift. Gone is the lackluster energy of the morning. The men have donned skins and regaled themselves with spears. Horns adorn their heads. They have entered into the mindset of the hunter. They are ready. The hunt, I have come to learn, is something akin to a medicine journey. You don't get the run you want, you get the run you need. It's a spiritual practice. Soon we cut the tracks of the kudu, and the hunt begins. I look into the eyes of the men around me and see something old and archetypal. For thousands of years, the masculine energy set out against all odds to do this activity we do today. The men begin to track fast. The sand is thick as beach under my feet and burning hot. Their tracking skills are superb. Gosh, I wish you could see it. Following the tracks of a herd of kudu amidst other antelope. Eventually the herd splits, and the men expertly follow the animal that is dropped from the herd. To fall off the pace of the herd is the answer to that old Darwinian understanding that only the fittest survive. The men change gear. Suddenly they're in a dog trot, covering ground in the soft sand like a pack, tracking as they run. It's a masterclass in tracking to be able to follow at this speed. They spread out, allowing the track to pass between them so that someone is always on it. They communicate with hand signals and calls. The skill and speed of which they track is mind-blowing. Soon I lose Alex and James. Alex is on a steady pace while James is making the Herculean effort of running and filming. And still we run. I'm in touch with the hunt leaders. There's an energetic to the front of the pack, running hard on their trail. The kudu zigs and zags through the bush. The men must keep it moving, and I must keep connected to the lead runners. My body wants to stop, my face glowing with heat, and I feel lightheaded with exhaustion. Sweat is pouring off me, and my lung feels like the furnace of hell, and ahead the kudu runs on. I make it my mission to breathe slowly and deeply when the men slow from a trot to a fast walk. We blast through an hour of running in the heat. I want to stop. My lungs scream intensely. My mouth feels drier than hell. And a voice in my head keeps telling me to stop. Don't overheat, it says. You could give yourself heat stroke. With turning 40, I've noticed this voice from time to time. Some governing voice trying to be sensible. Some sense of my own mortality. And I hate it. The men keep moving strong and fast. I glance at my arm where Miser, one of the Bushmen trackers, has tied the bark of a raisin bush around my wrist as a request to the ancestors for good luck. Last night, as Alex spoke, I had felt old ancestral power all around, and I knew as he spoke, on some ethereal level, he was asking for an energetic blessing. Now as I want to stop, as everything in my body screams, a new voice comes to me, a part of my soul. Something rises up from deep in that place, deep inside of me. You will not stop, it says. I don't fucking care what happens. You will not stop. Run till you die. Fucking go, Boyd. And still we run on. It's very, very funny when we find strength in ourselves. It's unexpected often. And comfort does not invite the wild man to dinner with wolves. Man, it's so easy to be weak and indisciplined in the face of things always being easy. And in truth, I've become more acquainted with that lack of discipline, a kind of relaxed weakness. But today something comes, a store of old, primal, vital energy. These trips with Alex and James to the desert have changed me. They are changing me, and still we run on. Out here I find parts of myself. I am strong. I will run. I will not stop. I will be a good husband and a dedicated father. I will not doubt myself. In my mind, I call on the energy of the earth. I conjure the energy of the ancestors, and suddenly I'm running way above my fitness and preparation. I am here. I am here to stay. I am here for the ones I love. I have work to do. It's time for this new chapter, my chapter with my wife and son. The next hour and a half feel like 5 minutes. Time totally collapses. I've left my body. For more ethereal runs, I run with spirit, I run hard. Alex suddenly appears out of the bush beside me, shuffling like a honey badger, and sprinting just ahead of him is the kudu. Alex, in typical style, has been in the right place at the right time when the kudu, hotly pursued, doubled back, and suddenly he found himself transported from the back to the front of the hunt. Alex has a knack for being in the right place at the right time. You don't get the hunt you want, you get the hunt you need. James has had a tough run. The filming has been a major hindrance, keeping him from the energetic momentum of the run. Disconnected from the group, he has had to push alone and frustrated. You don't get the run you want, you get the run you need, and there are lessons to be learned. The kill is made, and the men call out, I pray in the bloody sand. Life is fragile and raw. Death is not the opposite of life. The opposite of death is birth. Life has no opposite. We tiptoe on spirit's tightrope. We tell the story of my life, as if we have anything to do with being here. Real life is not sanitized into blood-free grocery store fridges and named steak. Here we are connected with death, and in it is a humility. In it one is forced into a profound understanding of where meat really comes from. You cannot lie to yourself when you kill your own game, and it will not allow you to be a mindless consumer. All of this storm inside is my teacher. The men rejoice. This is our way, they shout. We told you we can do this. They shout this to the sky.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Track Your Life podcast with Boyd. To begin your own story hunting journey, sign up to the online course on Boyd's website, or just find him on Instagram, X, or your favorite podcast player. Please rate and review this podcast so that more people can find and enjoy it.